Okay, here we are on Purify. So Purify has two beginnings that you can decide to do. So the first one is right as you pick up this Purify, you throw it on this pillar, and then after a little bit of time, you slash and jump in quick succession. And it has to be in that order. You have to slash and then jump. And that'll give you distance to make it over. I'm a little bit rusty at it, to be honest, as you can see. But yeah, something like that. That's a pretty clean beginning. And that one feels like way more intuitive, but it's harder to do fast than the other one. The other one being, you'll immediately throw the bomb in front of you and slash it and jump. And you want to hit your head on this little curve to barely make it over the wall. Like that. You kind of push your head into the ceiling and do that. As for what I recommend, I always tell people to learn this one first, because this one's harder to learn for sure. But like every time you get it will be roughly as fast as each other. Whereas this one is easy to look at and, you know, understand, but there's a lot of variance to how fast it is. So I would say go for this like head hitter up here, but it's your call. As for doing the head hitter, jump quite late. If you find you're not getting boosted by the bomb, it's because you're jumping too early, but you can get it quite easy. For the rest of the video, I'm going to be doing this one though, because it's what I learned. Now, going into here, you kind of want to align this little gray part, this little gray line, with roughly the edge of this wall. That's kind of the angle I go into it, maybe a little bit to the right of that, if anything. But that's kind of like my visual indicator. And yeah, once you're running over at that angle, you want to jump pretty late. Just don't clip your feet, or minimally clip your feet. Just jump like, you know, as late as like kind of comfortable. And after you do that, I recommend trying to turn and shoot that bullet. It's a little uncomfortable and it's definitely used more for Sapphire than anything. But even then, if you get it, it's just going to make Amethyst all that easier. And if you miss it, you're not going to be losing that much time anyway. So it's definitely something I recommend going for, but it's not like a thing where if you don't get it, reset. So after you shoot this bullet, it's all about how quickly you can do the next actions. So basically what you're mentally trying to do, well, what you're physically trying to do, but what you should be like mentally kind of considering is starting the sequence as soon as you can, and while you're in the sequence, trying to preserve your speed as much as you can. So your first speed boost will be this bullet, so that's why you want to be as quick as you possibly can to throw a bomb on the edge of this shadow here, and then right before it goes off, slash and jump. So like so, and then once you're in the air, at this point you have a speed boost from the bullet that you shot, hopefully, and then the bomb you just set off. So while you're going across the air, you want to kill this barnacle as soon as you possibly can. That way you can get the bomb slash on these guys, which is your third input of speed. Like that's your third speed boost, and that'll help you preserve the momentum from earlier. So that all the time save on this level just comes from as soon as you shoot this first bullet, do everything as fast as you can. Because the speed boosts are so spread apart that if you chain them together quickly, then your speed will stay above the default, and that's what will get you fast times. So going into it, I shoot the bullet, go down, slash, and try to do the rest as fast as I can. And yeah, that in and of itself is Amethyst. Now, if I didn't shoot the bullet, it might not have been, and it's definitely possible to get Amethyst without shooting the bullet. But again, it's one of those things where it doesn't really hurt to go for, and if you get it, it's going to save you quite a lot of time. And, that also would have been Amethyst. I didn't slash this bomb here. And it's hard for me to explain while I'm doing it, so I kind of go silent, which is my bad. But again, I've kind of iterated already what I'm kind of like mentally doing. It's basically just trying to do everything in as quick succession as possible. Now, as for your inputs, as soon as I pick up this card, I'm holding A. Oh, sorry, not A. I'm holding D. So I shoot this bullet, and then I start holding WD. And then I slash and jump and then holding D until I shoot this bomb. And once I shoot this bomb, I start holding W. So it's quite intuitive, to be honest. Just hold D to get this and make it across. Now, I personally think that it is better to try and be fast and miss things than trying to be safe for the sake of consistency. So let's say this run, I try and go for consistency and I take a little bit longer to do everything. Right, that'll get me a 0.5. So the issue with like playing for consistency is it's going to be hard to push for that time that you need. Whereas if you just go like balls to the wall, try and do everything as fast as possible. There, I missed one bullet on that, and I also threw my bomb a little too far back, but at least it was an Amethyst DNF. So I'd say this level is just push for DNFs as much as you can, and eventually one of the runs you're going to hit everything. So yeah, this one shouldn't take too long. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, this was one of my first Amethysts. So if I can do this in my first couple of days playing, I know that you can. So good luck with it, and I'll see you in the next one.